Hi, I'll be here from the Student Wellness Center, bringing you a brief sequence to encourage some steadiness, strength, and calm amid perhaps a time filled with uncertainty and chaos. We'll be doing this whole sequence standing up, and I'll invite you to play with some balance. So, if having a chair nearby to support yourself, or a dresser, if that so calls you, um, feel free to pause this and grab something that you know that might help support you in this practice. And then, so when you're ready, we're going to start in mountain pose, bringing your feet hip distance apart, and feet will be parallel. Um, and you may be lifting and spreading your toes and rooting down through all four corners of your feet. And as you root down with your feet, begin to extend through the length of your body out through the crown of your head, growing a little bit taller. And noticing how the chin is situated, if it's leaning towards your chest or reaching up, and seeing if you can just draw the chin so it's parallel to the ground. And then floating the ears over shoulders, the shoulders over your hips, and maybe even letting your eyes close for a couple of moments here to settle and to ground in this moment. And taking a few deep, full breaths, breathing in through the nose, filling up through the belly, the lungs. And then as you exhale, feeling the exhale move down through your whole body as though the breath is leaving through the bottoms of your feet. Inhale, imagining the breath entering the bottom of your feet, filling up your whole body as you grow a little taller. Exhaling full deep breath out as you allow the shoulders to soften and melt. One more deep breath, just like that. Breathing in a sense of calm, steady awareness. Allowing that exhale to move out through your entire body, carrying away any tension, stress, and worry along with it. And then as you inhale, opening your eyes if they're closed, stretching the arms up overhead, taking up more space. And as you exhale, drawing the palms down through heart center. 2 more times just like that. Inhale, pressing through the feet, rooting to rise, this time lifting the chin up towards the hands. And exhaling the palms down through center. One more time, I'll invite you to take up more space as you stretch your arms, reaching them up, but allowing the tops of the shoulders to remain soft. And this time, keeping the arms lifted. Inhaling, pressing down through the feet. Exhale, softening the tops of your shoulders. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to soften. Inhale, stretching through the fingers. Exhale, reaching the arms down. I invite you to bend through the knees as you place the tops of your hands on tops of the legs. I'll turn so you can see my body. Just going through a couple rounds of standing cat and cow. So to start with, I invite everyone to draw the shoulders back, broadening the chest. Begin to tilt their pelvis so the belly comes more towards the tops of your legs. As you lift the chin, open the throat, drawing the collarbones back, shoulder blades towards one another, and creating a U-type shape with the spine. And then reversing that, starting with the base of your tailbone, scooping the tailbone under, arching the spine, dropping the head, stretching the shoulders away from one another. And with a wave-like motion, coming back to that swayed spine position, opening the throat, lifting the chin, drawing the shoulders towards one another. Exhale to arch. Full deep breath in to sway the spine. Full breath out to arch, feeling space between each and every vertebrae as you drop your head. One more round just like that. Inhale. And as you exhale, gently arching your spine. And then inhale to a neutral spine, coming into chair pose, feeling perhaps some heat in the tops of the legs here. Just for a moment, drawing the arms into cactus. Taking one more breath here, inhale and exhale. And inhale to straighten the legs, stretch up through the arms. And as you exhale, letting the arms come down by your side, back into mountain pose. So from here, grabbing that chair if you need it, coming into our first balance pose for some steadiness, and seeing if we can keep this semblance of calm even when it might get a little bit challenging. And one way to do that is to tap into the breath, tap into the calming nature that the breath can provide for us. So beginning to sit down into that chair pose once again. And then we're going to begin to shift the weight into our right leg as we lift our left leg up. From here, this is where balance, putting a hand on a chair could be really helpful. You could stay here, but you can play with crossing that ankle over the knee and begin to sit down into this figure 4 pose, which is really nice for tighter hips. From here, options to keep hands at heart, on your legs, on something for balance, like a dresser or a chair, or you can even reach your arms out in front of you as you send your groin deep. And the gaze can rest on the floor, somewhere where the neck is in line with the spine, getting more space here. Breathing in calm and steadiness. Exhale, softening where there's gripping you might not need. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. On your next breath in, pressing through that standing leg to come all the way up, carrying that knee with you. And then from here, again, hand can be resting on something to balance. We're going to tip forward as we reach that back leg behind us into Warrior 3. Option for hands to come to the floor, a chair, or they can float at your heart or behind you or into cactus. Or you can play with a combination of all 4 of those options. And feeling the strength of that standing leg. Feeling a full inhale and a full exhale. And bringing a sense of playfulness in. We might be a little wobbly. You might need to touch down or touch to the side. You might fall out of it. And see if you can bring a smile when that happens rather than any judgment or critiquing. And on your next breath in, slowly coming out of it just the way we came in. Landing that foot out. Nice, and then shaking it out. And then as you're ready, let you just sit back down into that chair pose. Feeling the strength in your legs, maybe some heat building. Noticing if there's aversion to that at all, and see if you can breathe in acceptance of that as best as you can. And this side might feel different, where you needed support, you might not, where you didn't, you might. So coming in with that beginner's mind, shifting the weight into that left foot, and you might just play with balance on one foot. This might be where you pause and play with. You might keep a toe on the ground. Option to hook that ankle over the leg, and then sit a little deeper, grabbing something for balance if that would be helpful, or playing with balance with hands at heart. Ooh, you might tip, playfulness. You might even reach your hands out, send the groins deep behind you, getting into a deeper hip stretch if that was called for you, if that would feel nice for your hip. And then breathing and settling. And your next inhale, rising up, lifting that right knee with you. Finding where you would like your arms to go, balance or at heart. And then tipping forward as you press that right leg behind you into Warrior 3. Gaze looking down straight at the ground so the neck is nice and long. And using supports for your hands when that would feel nice. playing with balance and bringing in an intention of playfulness and curiosity. Taking one more breath here. Inhale and exhale. And inhale to slowly come up and landing that foot and shaking it out. Rejoicing, 2 feet on the ground. And as you press through the feet, inhale, sweeping the arms back up. And exhale, folding all the way down. Knees can be bent a lot or a little. Placing a pillow under your hands if that would be helpful. Or letting the hands just dangle and coming into ragdoll pose. And again, knees can be bent quite a lot here. You're welcome to hug opposite elbows with opposite hands. And then just allow the head, the torso just to be heavy. And it might feel nice to sway back and forth. You can shake the head yes and no. Breathing in deeply, feeling perhaps the belly expand against your legs if you're folded deeper. And as you exhale, again, imagine that exhale moving out through the bottoms of your feet, rooting down. And then gently releasing the fingers, inhaling your way up one vertebrae at a time. Coming up lastly with your head. And then setting up for our final pose, standing pose in this series, tree pose. Our pose of the month, all about strength, steadiness, planting your roots so that you can stand strong when the heavy winds come our way. So rooting down with that right foot first and placing the heel of your left foot on the inner edge of your ankle or shin. Hands can be by your side. They could be at heart center to start. And you might play just with here. Also, invitation to play with balance. If you want to place your foot on your calf or your upper inner thigh, anywhere except for the knee. You'll find that you'll want to go to the knee, but above and below is protective of the knee. Again, if you want to bring a chair in for balance or put the foot down, you can always play with where you go. Once you go somewhere, you can always change your mind and come back. It's noticing what you need right now. Option to extend the arms in any position that you would like. And when it feels complete for you, drawing the arms down, exhaling the foot back to the ground, shaking it out, and then shifting your weight into the left foot, placing the heel against the calf or the ankle. On one side might be different, so checking in, seeing what this side needs, and then finding a place on your leg that you want to go. And finding that place with your arms. And then breathing, letting sounds come and go. You might hear my home sounds. I'm working with 2 kids and a husband, so letting that be part of your practice. Is it distracting? Is it taking it out of your calm center? How to find calm amid chaos when things aren't perfect. Coming to your breath. Coming to sensations in your body. Taking one more breath, inhale. And wherever you are with your arms, letting them come back down, placing both feet on the ground, and coming into mountain pose just where we began. And if it calls to you to place your hands over your heart, as a gesture of self-kindness, of compassion, I'll invite you to do that. And invite you to go into whatever part of the day waits you with a sense of calm, steady awareness, along with any intentions that you want to bring into your day. From my heart to yours, thank you. See you next time.